Real quick, guys, before the video starts, I wanted to say thank you so much for 3K subscribers. It has been a crazy journey. It's only been about 2 months, I think, or so of me doing YouTube, maybe almost 3 now. But that's some pretty insane growth in this short period of time. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about a few things. A new money making method that's a little bit different than sniping and can actually be used and interchanged with sniping and used alongside sniping as like a time filler. But also wanted to talk about real quick was finding value in cars, which cars to invest in, auction sniping, and then this new method, what kind of cars work for that. Basically, what I look at when I'm trying to find values in cars is, or trying to make money in general from like sniping and stuff like that, is the festival playlist and the Forzathon Shop. And the reason is because cars become more available. When cars become more available, they flood into the market, thus changing, supply and demand and all that stuff, right? If there's more supply, people might not want it anymore because everybody who wanted it has it, blah, 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 blah. But then again, once the supply gets taken, meaning it exits the playlist, so when we saw it from summer to autumn, and you can't obtain the RX-7, the 720S Spider, the Formula Drift 599, the Regera, all that stuff, like when that leaves the playlist, you can't get it, and people might still want it. They didn't get a chance to get it, so they go and they buy it. And that's why the price slowly increases sometimes, but not all the time for every car. That's what people actually don't realize, is it doesn't actually always go up. It depends on what the demand is for the car. So like just because the Aston Martin 177 is leaving doesn't mean that it's going to go up in price after this, if that makes sense. And the same thing with the Formula Drift 599. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, is that going to go back up in price?" Well, it was down to like 2 or 3 million for a while because so many got put into the market because it already just got put back into the game not too long ago in another event. So the cars already kind of flooded the market, and now it's flooding the market again. So the Formula Drift 599's price could be damaged for a while. Like it could not recover anytime soon. It could go back up to 10 mil, it could go back up to 6 mil, but I don't think it's going to happen in the near future. Another thing is, if you guys look at things like the Forzathon Shop, that's very similar to the playlist. And the Alpine is actually not only in the playlist as the overall playlist reward, but it's also the Forza in the Forzathon Shop for only $350. That means that the price is, even though this car was rare before, the price may not be great. And a lot of you guys don't understand. The price of the Alpine, when you look, is going to be 20 million. It's not 20 million. And it's not 11 million. I saw 2 get posted up for 1 million, and that makes me think that 1 million is the max price that these can get posted for. These are all posted by one guy. And you know what he's doing is he's a rank 20 painter, and he's abusing the fact that he can abuse the market. He posted 3 up for 20 mil, basically, so when somebody looks this up, they think, oh, this car's for 20 mil. And then he posts one up for 11 mil, and you're gonna go, oh, well, if 3 up for 20 and 1's up for 11, I should buy that one for 11 mil, and somebody's going to go on there and they're going to buy that. Or if the 20s are the only ones there and somebody really wants that car and doesn't realize for whatever reason that it's in the playlist in the Forzathon Shop, they're going to buy that car for 20 million. So that guy's basically just abusing the market. That's not what the car's worth. I saw 2 get posted up for 1 million in the first 5 seconds of looking this up, and I didn't buy either of them, even though I could have, just like that. And I could have bought that, but I don't want it because it's not worth 1.7 million. I can get it from the Forzathon Shop, I can get it from the playlist, and it's not, I don't think it's going to go up in value, to be honest. And even if it does, I don't really care. It's not that special of a car, and that's a car that's one of those things where it's just rare to be rare. It's like people being famous just to be famous. I'm not saying any names, but you know what I mean. Like it's just not. It's not gonna last, and that car sold for 1.7 already, but it's just not gonna last, and it's not worth it. And I don't actually think the value is there. And then the IROC Z, I mean, that price is already going down. It was at like 8 or 15 to 19 million or something like that, and now it's down to like 6 to 8, which I could show you right now. It's not really worth anything anymore. Well, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but for a lot of you guys too. But I don't completely plummeted the value. You can see there's a lot on here. That's kind of where we segue into this idea that I like to call like the new money making method. That's not new. I've talked about it in other videos and stuff like that. But it's called quick flipping, is what I coined the term for it. And it's not sniping, if that makes sense. It's not auction sniping in the traditional sense on Forza, but rather almost bid sniping, right? Which a lot of you guys do and mistake with auction sniping, which is not the same thing. Auction sniping in this sense that most of us use is buying a car for the max buyout that's way lower than what it should be. So like if a car's worth 15 million and a car gets posted for 500K max buyout, you buy it for that 500K max buyout and then you sell it for a max buyout of 15 million, right? That's that's auction sniping in the traditional sense on Forza. But what I consider quick flipping is bidding on cars and then selling them pretty much immediately for a profit. And the reason that you can do this is because a lot of people aren't paying attention to the bids, or the car is set to too high of a max buyout, but with a minimum bid that's really, or a max bid or whatever that's really low, so you can pick it up for very cheap, right? And basically this is like I said, an alternative or something you can swap in and out of, your normal everyday sniping thing. 2 million, you could quick flip for 2 million. So basically all you got to do, put a bid in it, 2.2. And I'd say follow the same 50% rule here. If you're willing to pay 50% of what a car's worth, follow the same rule, 2.2 million. Then basically what I do, I usually just scroll through, but you can go through and look, and you look for any bids that are really low, like this, in 28 minutes. So like, I can just come back in 28 minutes and bid on that if I wanted to and make some money on it. But basically, you're going to look for cars that are getting thrown into the market, and there's got to be like a decent amount of them because they've got to be getting posted pretty frequently, so that they get like almost looked over. Like you need people to look over them, and like not notice them being so low. So like 4.1 million on a GT is definitely something you can bid on. But you're looking for like those really good like diamond in the rough cars that are always getting posted for super cheap, but you can sell them for more, like this. So in 2 minutes, starting bid of 50K. This isn't huge profit, but for a lot of you guys, this is significant profit. And if you're struggling with sniping, this is definitely something you can do. Like, look, tons of these are 50K. Like, I wouldn't go 500K on these just because they sell for like 1.5 to 2 million. Like, that one's only 1 million. So they're not really worth a ridiculous amount. But if you're picking these up for under 100K, like you're making a mil per car, and if you sell it, or even if you sell it for 1.5 to 2 mil, you end up making between 35 to 50 million once you hit your max auctions for the day. You make like 30 to 50 million, which is pretty easy money for a day's work of just bidding on some cars. And one day you make 30 to 50 million just doing this. And you basically just got, you could make way more money if you just find the right cars, like cars that you can basically bid on. And like I said, it's got to be a lot though, because they got to get looked over. Because the problem is if there's only one car up with that bid, and then sometimes you get in like these bidding matches and stuff like that, obviously, but you just keep refreshing, going in and out of your bids, my bid section, and then you just keep bidding on it. And you don't want to flood this section. You don't want to flood this section too much, because the second you start flooding this section with cars, you can't get to the cars to even bid on them again. So you need to keep, like, I would keep 1 or 2 cars in here, and that's it. And once it hits ending soon, it's like 15 or 30 seconds. I believe it's 30 seconds until it ends. And then I actually basically just pay attention to the little number ticker. So I actually lost that. That was 15. I pay attention to the little number ticker down here on my bids. It'll go up to 1 when you've already been outbid by. Oh, I lost. I lost because it got bought out. Somebody actually just asked this question in my comments. They were like, why is somebody else able to set a winning bid that's higher than mine at the max? I'm like, they didn't. They bought it out, and it just changes the winning bid to the buyout price. So somebody bought this car, and that's why I lost it, right? That's going to happen a lot. That's pretty normal. But you basically just keep going in and you keep searching up the cars, and then you slap in your 50K bid or whatever, and then you wait for it to end, and then you go post it up for 2 million, and then if yours sells, you just made like a ridiculous amount of money. And that's all there is to it. That's quick flipping. You find a car, right? Like, you can use the Formula Drift 599, and I like Toyota GT86s sometimes get posted for pretty low. And there's a lot of other, little diamond in the rough cars that you just gotta find. and you find that car and you just bid on it and bid on it and bid on it until you win it, and then you flip it for money, and you guys can make like quite a ridiculous amount of money off of it. I hope you enjoyed the little updates. I know this is kind of all over the place, but I wanted to do little updates about like the Forzathon Shop and the playlist, and kind of reiterate some details that a lot of you newer viewers to my channel don't already know. A lot of you older guys already know that. You guys have already asked and stuff like that. I've answered that to you, but I realize that there's a lot of influx of new people and whatnot. And we obviously just hit 3K subscribers, which thank you so much for that. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and a little bit of a new money making method. And it can actually, like I said, be interchanged with auction sniping. So you could put a bid in on a car like this that has 6 minutes left on it, and you can go snipe in between that. So you could snipe for the next 5 minutes. Like, you can go pick any, filter. If you want to use like the modern muscle filter or whatever you want to use, and then you sit there and you just go through and you snipe and you snipe and you snipe. And then you remember that in 5 minutes, I got to go check this out. And when there's a minute left, you start bidding on that and you try to win that. I wouldn't go above, like 3 million, 3.5 million, and then you double your money and make 3 million. So you can make 3 million doing that, and then you could also maybe snipe a car in between. Now you've just made money twice, and you're filling all of your time, so you're not as bored. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you guys are having trouble sniping, this could also be an alternative for you. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much once again for 3K subs. I really do appreciate that. If you guys haven't, go check out all my other social media platforms. I am on TikTok. I make some cool, unique content on there. POV drifting, F1 videos, Apex videos. I've been streaming live on Twitch pretty much daily for the last year and a half, almost every day. And you guys can go check that out. I've been streaming a lot of Apex Legends lately, and a lot of Forza. I just got my handbrake back, so you'll see some more content on that. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching.